Hey, what's up, YouTube? Speedy Yu-Gi-Oh! 13 here with a new segment called Mastering Machinas. Machinas are probably my favorite deck just because of Fortress and how easy he is to get out and how it swarms, and it's just a broken card. And that's one of the main reasons why it's my favorite deck. And it's a 2500 beater, and it's just so hard to get over, especially with triple, fortress. That's just amazing to me. So, I made a few changes to this deck. So, let's just go ahead and look at it. And before we take a look at the deck, I'm sorry I didn't upload videos this week, really, because I had finals this week, and it was just way too much to try and do this week. So I will hopefully be uploading more videos, every week. So, yeah. Alright, so let's take a look at the deck. We've got 3 Fortress. Just an amazingly broke card. 2500 beater, you can ditch. You know, Machine monsters whose total level equals 8 to the graveyard to special summon this card from graved hand. So you can use this own card. You can use itself for its effect. So I mean, as long as you have at least a level 1 machine type monster in your hand and him, you're pretty much set to go. So I love this card. Then 3 gear frames. This card is like the Stratos of the deck. Search for whatever Machina you want. If you need Fortress or Force, you can grab either one of those. It's just really, really good. And you've got to run 3. Alright, so now 1 Peacekeeper. I don't like any more than 1. 2's kind of dead, and 3's just stupid. And it's great to do, with Torrential. You set this, you set Torrential, they summon a monster, you do Torrential, and you get to search. So, that's a really nice combo, and I would only run 1, but, that's me, that's also my style of play. So, you can do whatever, but I only run 1. Force, I only run 1. 2's just too many. It's such a dead draw. If you don't have a Fortress in hand or grave, or you already have one on the field. So I only have 1. Alright, so that's it for the Machinas. I have 2 green, 2 red, and 2 yellow. That's kind of obvious. 2 is just absolutely perfect. So, and then these are my tech choices for the deck. I run Cyber Valley and Swift Scarecrow. I just use them to try and negate attacks and to try and stall. Cyber Valley lets me draw, and Swift Scarecrow, I can just use from my hand. I don't know if I'd want to run another Cyber Valley, just because sometimes I don't want to play it, and I've got it in hand, so that's why I run Swift Scarecrow. But there are also times where I need to draw, so I just run 1 of each. Works out pretty good for me. And then 2 Effect Veiler. This card is awesome. I love this card. I main it, but some people choose to side deck it. Just because, not all decks really need monsters that need to be negated. Like Blackwings, for example, like some of them just, it's kind of stupid to use it against them, since they all special summon, and you can't really stop the special summon with this. But yeah, I really like this card, especially against, like Quick Draw, Plants, or Plant Synchro. So, the last monster, Mole. I love this card. Just using it with Fortress, have Fortress on the field and just keep summoning him every turn to bounce back, whatever. It doesn't really matter what they've got. Because, like if you've got them, in a pickle, this is great. So, I really like that card. And that's it for the monster count. Now into spells. Just one Book of Moon. I don't know. I guess I like destroying cards more than I do just setting them. I know a lot of people, like everyone's running 2 or 3, but I just run 1. So, that's me. And then I run 3 smashing. I like smashing in this deck just because I can, kill a monster in my way. And, this usually helps, in games faster just because I can attack directly more often. So, I really like this card. And then 2 MSTs. Just to clear back row. There's really no explanation for that. And Trinade for back row. I don't run Cold Wave just because I run a lot of traps. And sometimes I do need to use it. So, and I did run Cold Wave, but it just turned out to be really bad because, I needed my traps too much. So, no Cold Wave. Then I go use Monster Reborn, Staple, and Limiter Removal. That's a staple in Machinas. Get you your OTK, or let you, attack over a high-powered monster and, usually end the game because you don't usually use this just to attack once. So. And then on to the traps. Triple D-Prison. I love this card. I love removing from play their monsters. I really like this card. I'm surprised a lot more people don't run it. Mirror Force. This card is so broke, but I wouldn't really use it unless they've got a monster that you cannot get over or they've really swarmed the field. So, that's why, you wait to use Mirror Force. Sometimes it takes, some time getting used to. So, knowing when to play it and stuff. So, then, 1 Sakuretsu armor, just to help kill things. 2 Bottomless. I ran Trap Hole, but the only time I really got to use that was against, like Plant Synchro and maybe Blackwings. So I ended up just siding in Trap Hole in case I play those. But, for everything else, Bottomless works really well. 2 Compulsories. I love this. I love using it against Synchros. It's just awesome because you bounce it right back to the extra deck and they're stuck with nothing. So, I really like those. I'm sure with, I bet on the next format, a lot more people are going to be playing that just because with Dragonities, it's so easy to synchro with them. And, 6 Sams, they swarm. So, you can always bounce something back to keep them from getting Grandmaster. So, that's why I like that. 1 Torrential, it's nice to use with the Peacekeeper. 2 Bribes. I don't know. I think I would trade these in for Solemn Warning if I had the money for them. But, so this is probably the best replacement for Warnings. And, like my opponent never really seems to draw something good off of it, so that's why I run these. And Call of the Haunted. Just bring back Fortress or, something else with it. And the extra deck, just 2 Chimera Tech. you know, in case someone else is playing Machinas with Cyber Dragon in it. Then extra deck or side deck, you know, one blast sphere, you know, in case there's a card that you really want to get rid of, but nothing really seems to, you know, nothing in your deck can get over it. So, you know, I like this. You could probably trade it out for, you know, maybe an Effect Veiler or Swift Scarecrow or Cyber Valley or something. A second Cyber Valley. I don't know. I feel like this deck or this card really works in this deck. You know, that's why I side it, but I wouldn't main two unless it was really necessary. And now this card, Gear Town. I don't run any ancient gear things, but you know, it's just nice to bounce back Necro Valley or something. You know, in case you need to reborn or. But Machinas aren't really affected that much by Necro Valley because you can still use Fortress's effect because it targets itself, so it can get around Necro Valley. But if a card, you know, targets another card in the graveyard, you can't do it because of Necro Valley. But because Fortress targets itself, you can still get around Necro Valley. But that's just in case you need to, you know, use something. Nobleman, you know, for playing Synchro to get rid of your Rykos and Nimble Hamsters and stuff. Dust Tornado to get rid of back row. Another compulsory, you know, just in case they like to Synchro a lot. You know, that's also another thing I use against Blackwings and like Plant Synchro and Quick Draw, you know, just to bounce back all their Synchros, you know, because that stops them in their tracks, so that's really nice. 2 Trap Hole. I use these, you know, in case they're playing Plants or Quick Draw, because, you know, like their main cards are under 1500, so I use Trap Hole to try and get rid of them. And then Sakuretsu Armor just to get rid of other stuff. So yeah, that's my deck. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll try and keep coming up with different ideas for it, for this new segment. And I'm thinking about selling a deck. I'll probably make a deck or a new video about that, and you know, I'll just tell you everything about that. So you know, comment, rate, subscribe, and don't forget about my contest. You know, that ends in like 3 months, so you know, giving away some pretty nice prizes, so don't forget to tell a whole lot of people. So alright, peace out, YouTube.